So guys, as you can see, if there we have our ST-Link connected. So these 4 pins are gone for the ST-Link. Then we have 10 ADC pins. Then we have 3 UART ports. Then we have nearly 18 timers because we have a lot of timers. So we have a lot of PWM pins. Then we have 3 I2C ports. We have 3 SPI ports or 5 I2S ports. Like at a time we can either go 3 SPI or 5 I2S ports. So this is a very rich microcontroller. Hello guys, welcome to learning microcontrollers. In this video, I will give you a basic introduction to STM32F401CEU6 based Blackpill board. So let's get started. So guys, this over here is our STM32F401CEU6 based Blackpill board. This microcontroller is basically STM32F401CEU6. You can just put the board and apply some light and you will be able to see on it the model. So this is the Blackpill board. So we will go with the whole board, not only the microcontroller. So let me give you a basic introduction. So guys, this microcontroller has this many pins. There are total 20 pins on the right, 20 on the left. So we have total of 40 pins. Now guys, let's get into them. So this is our port A, and port A has like 16 pins. You can see on the right side we have A0 to A7, on the left we have A8 to A15. Then we have port B. Port B also has 16 pins. Port B on the right B0 to B10, on the left B12 to 15, and then B3 to B9. So and the third port is port C. Port C only have C13, 14 and 15, only 3 pins. So total we have 3 ports. 2 ports having 16 pins in port A and port B. Then we have port C having 3 pins. This means that 16 plus 16 plus 3, we have total of 35 programmable pins out of 40. Now rest of the pins are these pins, 5 volt, 2 cross 5 volt pins. So you can like power up your sensor modules using these 2 pins. And then we have 2 ground, 3.3 volt pins. You can also use the same because you give power to the board using a 5 volt supply, a charger or something, using a C-type cable, whatever you have. Then it automatically converts it to 3.3 volt because it have this AMS117 voltage regulator. So then you can also use the same 3.3 volt to power up some sensors and modules which do not require a lot of current. So maximum is like 500 milliampere. Then we have 2 ground pins. They are required for every circuit. And we also have 4 pins here, but do not touch them. They are for the ST-Link. Like you will not be able to program it if you use these pins. So we have total of 40 pins. And these pins, remember, these ST-Link pins are just duplicate from here. So they are not some separate pins. They just come under these 40 pins. They are just duplicates. So for basic introduction, you must know that we have 3 ports, 2 ports having 16 pins, and 1 port, that is port C, have 3 pins. So total of 35 programmable pins. Now guys, let's get to some special features like how many UART ports, how many SPI, I2C, and timer interrupts we have here. So let's get into it. So first of all, one of the most important port is the ADC port. Like various sensors and modules in the market require you to have an ADC port to interface. This microcontroller do have a 12-bit, which is a very good ADC. 12-bit is a high resolution ADC as compared to PIC16FA777A and Arduino Uno, which have only 10-bit. So this is more powerful, and it have total of 10 channels, like 10 pins from A0 to B1 on the right side. Then guys, we have 3 UART ports, UART1, UART2 and UART6. So they are extended like this, and moreover these pins can be mapped on various other pins as well using the GUI in the STM32Cube which I will show you how to use in the future videos. So for now you should know that these are the 6 hardware UART ports that you have in this microcontroller, 3 UART ports. Then guys, we have a lot of timers here. Unlike any other microcontroller in the market, this offers one of the best timer variety. So we have 6 16 bits, 2 32-bit, 2 void oak, and 1 system tick timer. Now the importance of this timer, one is the PWM port. Now see, because we have like 18 timers, so we have like 22 PWM supported pins. Now timer 1 may have 4 channels, 2 may have 4 channels. I'm not going into that detail, but you should remember that there are 22 pins which you can program as PWM. They are based upon these timers. Like timer 1 may support these 4 pins, timer 2, 3, 4. So we basically use timers to generate PWM. The more timers you have, the more PWM pins you can support. So that is why we have like 22 PWM pins. So this is one of the best microcontroller. If you have any PWM related application, then go for it. Now guys, the next thing is we have three I2C ports as well. These are the ports, and moreover the great thing is you may be able to, like, there are three ports. Each port requires two pins to work: A8, B10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. While we have 8 pins. Why? Because they can be mapped. Like you want to map the I2C pin here, and it is supported also here. So you will be able to use the GUI to map that there. So that is the beauty of this microcontroller. But in short, you have only three I2C ports. Now for the SPI, you have three SPI ports, which are extended at various places. Then you also have five I2S ports. Now why three or five? Because SPI port and the I2S ports uses the same pin. Either you can use three SPI ports at the same time, or you may go for five I2S ports at the same time. So you cannot have like both at the same time. Like I want to go five I2S and five three SPI ports, because their pins are same. So either you go three SPI or five I2S at the same time, or you may go one SPI, two I2S, or two SPI, one I2S, something like that. So you have these pins. Like you can see, each SPI port works on three pins. So there should be total 9, but count them. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now see, instead of 9 we have 14 pins. Why? Because they are mappable. Like I want to map the SPI pin here, but somehow I get to know that this pin is also being used by something else. So I may be able to map it over here as well. I will show you once we use STM32Cube. This is the beauty of STM32 microcontrollers. A same pin is mapped at various pins. So total you have 3 SPI ports, or you may use 5 I2S ports. Now the next thing is these 4 pins, they are for the ST-Link. See, like this you connect your ST-Link over here. Now remember, these 4 are not some special pins. They are same. They are like derived from here. They are something from here. If you check them, you will be able to find somewhere over here. So that is the purpose of this board. So guys, this was our some basic introduction to this microcontroller. Only one thing that I miss in this microcontroller is a CAN bus. In the other version, that is a Blackpill board, we also have a CAN port as well, but in this variant we don't have the CAN port. So that's not a big issue, because both are cheap. That one is even cheaper than this, but that have a CAN. So I will also make videos on that as well in the future. So stay tuned to this channel. So if you have any questions, please do ask. So we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye until then.